if you look back, it sounds like you made some hiring mistakes, like we all have.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you think, though, makes for a good employer, a good hire? How were you able to change that and then cultivate the environment that you have and hire the right employees?
Okay, so some roles, my problem was that I was hiring on potential a lot. And some roles, either you have it or you don't. Okay. Certain salaries, either you have it or you don't. It doesn't make sense for me to pay you over $70,000 a year and I have to spend 90 days training you on doing this $70,000 job. You need to come in at $50,000. And then when you are worth $70,000, then we'll upgrade you to $70,000. It's that simple.
Sure.
But people think because they've been working in the field for so long that they deserve a certain rate. Your years of experience mean nothing, honestly, because you could be doing something for 10 years and doing it terribly.
Sure.
What is your level of expertise? Okay. And so what I have implemented is assessments. You could talk a good game, but I'm gonna let's go through these multiple choice questions. Tell me how to do this journal entry. Okay, so tell me how you would. Here's the scenario. Tell me how you would clean up this IOLTA account.
So you're giving them realistic scenarios.
Absolutely.
So almost like an exam.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice.
And they have to answer it on the spot. And for my clients that are
Oh, wait,
hiring,
well, hold on. So wait, back up. Wait, so this isn't something where they're in a room by themselves filling it out. Like
No.
you're asking them these questions, and they're squirming and
Yes.
kind of figuring it out.
yes.
Interesting. Okay.
So before we used to do the assessments before they would even interview with me. And if they so it's a two multiple choice quizzes, one for business taxes and one for law firm accounting. And if they scored below 70 on either one, they don't get to interview with me. Now we've shifted it and we do the regular interview first and then we do the assessments after.
Interesting. So we actually start with a phone interview, and then we have assessments after the phone interview, and then we kind of go up from there. And we use the assessments as a filtering process, but then we get into more of like situational questions at the last interview is what we do. So that it is interesting. Why did you, I guess, remove that filter earlier on and switch to what you did?
That's what the market called for. So I'm working with a recruiting service, and that was one of the barriers to entry. It worked maybe a year and a half ago, but now, it's just not working.
So I guess good candidates didn't want to do it, I guess.
See, here's the thing. Accountants think that it's an employee market when it's really not.
Right.
But I'm going to let them believe that.
Okay.
It's an employee market, right? And honestly, let's have the interview. Let's see if there's a good, if we have, good rapport to begin with. And then at that point, you can make the assessment on if you feel like this is a job that's even worth going to the next step for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I also felt kind of weird hiring somebody after the first interview per se.
Right.
So I like having the interview, knowing that I like them, and then do the assessment as a second interview.
So are you still doing the interview yourself?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, we don't have enough. It's not overwhelming at all. We don't have enough people that are actually applying for it because it's such a narrow niche market. We're really looking for unicorns. So it's not an issue for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, we have it's a 4 interview process with a bunch of other things in between. So I only come in at the very last interview, and by that point we've got it down to like 1 or 2 candidates, and I just give the green light or the red light on it. So it's hopefully you'll get to that point and you will at some point. It's just one of those things where it's so nice because you're not having to do there's a lot of filtering, and you may have found a way to kind of get to the unicorns faster. And if you have, I'd love to hear it. But it's one of those things like filtering through a lot of job applicants is kind of a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah. So let me be clear. Let me change what I said. So I do the interviews for a staff accountant role. So imagine a hierarchy. We have accountant 1, accountant 2, and then staff accountant.
Gotcha.
Accountant 1 and accountant 2, I don't interview. those hiring decisions are made by the operation manager alone because he's managing them. If they don't work out, it's his problem, right? Staff accountants, they work with me, so they would interview with me and the operations manager.
Gotcha. I'm glad you clarified that because doing hiring for every role too is just it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
So,
no.
Very good. All right.
Yeah.